And welcome back, SMSU fans. Tonight we got League of Legends round of 8 in Nationals on tonight. SMSU starting off with a pretty aggressive composition here. Pajamas on the Aatrox. We got Olaf, Annie, Varus, Nautilus, into Tom Kench, Brand, Akshan, Vayne, Maokai here. And SMSU may be going for an early invade here. Gonna see if they can maybe find a kill onto this Tom Kench, or at least a flash. Tom Kench walking out here. Misses the Q on Nautilus there. SMSU gonna get out now. They do get some information with that ward though. And no information given back on the opposing side.
Minions have spawned.
Now we're getting into the swing of things a little bit as minions have spawned. SMSU rotating over. Olaf gonna go ahead and start in solo red. Looks like the bot lane sitting here looking for an opportunity for a kill. Doesn't look like anything's going to come with it as the bot lane is revealed. SMSU landing some poke, just a little bit. There's that Maokai. Now they know that Maokai started Q. SMSU may be looking for level 2. Aatrox doing a lot of damage to this Tom Kench here. A lot of punishment. And SMSU's bot lane also finding some poke here. Varus is going to go ahead and ward. And he down a little bit in mid lane. Just trying to CS under a tower here versus Akshan. Off with a relatively fast clear. But Brand, absolute king of fast clears right now in the jungle on the opposing side. A lot of healing gaining from that Aatrox. Sustaining up massively in that top lane. Looks like right now we're seeing a top difference and a mid difference right now. So Akshan bullies Annie in that mid lane. Olaf going for a scuttle early game here. Brand went for an early recall into scuttle. So there's going to be a little bit of a difference in timing on who's on the map. Akshan's going to walk over. Ensure that Olaf's not doing that. Akshan walking really far into river here. And he gets a few CS for it. Gets a little extra experience. Brand going for a gank onto the Annie here. Can he land the stun? Does land the stun. Does a bunch of damage, and that's first blood. No flash blown by Annie. A little bit of a mistake there. I think if you flash the stun, he's out. That's first blood. SMSU giving up. Now Brand gonna show on a ward. Aatrox is gonna be aware of this. Brand just gonna go ahead and clear the pink ward. Not much going on the map right now. Teleport coming in mid from Akshan. SMSU down 600 gold, most of that in that first blood money. I think SMSU could be looking a little bit more aggressive in this bot lane. Tibbers now down, using it to harass, and Brand coming mid again. This time the stun is dodged and the flash comes out and he is safe. And that might be the start of Void Grubs here. SMSU are going to try to trade for Dragon, looks like. No, Olaf is going to go ahead and back. SMSU are going to lose a lot of pressure by not getting anything in trade here. We'll see if SMSU are able to fight now. They went for aggressive setup, and Brand going to go and do SMSU's red buff here with Akshan. Brand smites it away and hits 6 there. Damage traded on to Olaf. SMSU fall behind in the jungle matchup pretty significantly. SMSU landing a little bit of poke onto the Maokai. SMSU clearing out some wards now on the Olaf. Olaf going for another back here. Off the map for a long time. I'm deciding to stay. SMSU, they do hit a hook in the bot lane, and there's the Varus. Landing alt. Flash from the Maokai. SMSU looking for an engage onto the Vayne now. They do get the flash out, and there's a long-range hook. Krillic, he's in deep. He's going to die here to turret. And SMSU do not get a trade back. SMSU not on the same page here. Okay, very low. Akshan now walking bottom. SMSU down 1,400 gold right now. Atrax does a lot of damage to Tom there. Does not get traded back on very heavily. Kind of freezing this in front of his tower a little bit. SMSU pings the Akshan roam. Akshan does a little bit of damage to Annie there. Now Olaf going to go ahead and back. A bit of a reset on the map. SMSU farming up fine. Doing a lot of damage to this Maokai in bot lane. He doesn't have flash anymore. I think SMSU could have maybe went a little bit more aggressive for that, but Brand is on his way down. Ooh, Brand is going to get caught out. He probably has flash here. SMSU, they need to kill him before he jumps. SMSU, they do get the kill. Aatrox, meanwhile, fighting Tom in the top lane. Doing a lot of damage here. There's a flash from Tom. Akshan trying to find an engage onto Krillic here. Nautilus lands the engage onto him. SMSU, can they chase down this Akshan now? Not quite. And SMSU losing a lot of health on a lot of characters. They're pretty low here. Maokai taking a lot of damage though, and he does get taken out. SMSU are going to look for a reset. They're going to let Dragon reset here. Get some recalls off and come back with higher HP. Ooh, Akshan gonna maybe go for a gank onto the guy of Fail here. I think SMSU are giving up Dragon though with this recall timing. They need to get back quickly if they want to contest. Akshan roaming towards mid. Brand maybe starting Dragon. Yep, gonna go ahead and start Dragon because bot lane's pushed in. SMSU, I think they know this is going down, but I don't know if they can get there in time. And there is both objectives going over to York. SMSU only down 400 gold, but they are down 2 objectives on the map. There's a large CS lead in this top lane, but so far it hasn't really transitioned to any kills. Brand finishes the Rylai's on the other end here. SMSU trying to get the mid lane shoved in here. Looks like they're going to shove this in and then go Void Grubs here. Maokai ult comes across, lands onto Annie and onto Olaf here. SMSU trying to blow up, and they do blow up the Akshan, doing a lot of damage here. Brand is here as well, but they're going to be able to pick off the Maokai. And will they be able to kill the Brand? No, they do not kill the Brand, but Brand forced off SMSU with a very big play there. And because the Maokai is not in bottom, SMSU are getting a lot of damage into this bottom turret as well. Plate's going over to SMSU's side. Brand might be caught here. SMSU, they land this slow. Do they have enough damage? Oh, there's the flash from Brand. Now they're trying to finish off these Void Grubs, trying to prevent the 4 from going over to the side of York. And they do 3-3 on the Void Grubs. SMSU only down Dragon now as far as objectives go. And up 1,400 gold. A little bit of a reset on the map coming through. Rift Herald spawns here. The next objective is up, but no Dragon, not for another minute, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. SMSU, they should see this gank coming. They're backing up now. They really need to be under turret here. This is even a dangerous spot with 4 people in the area. And here's SMSU finishing off the Rift Herald. Tom pushing Aatrox into turret, and he has to pop ult there. It does heal back quite a bit. So do they see the brand here? There, they do see it now, but is it too late for Nautilus? I think it might be. SMSU, they are channeling a teleport. As Aatrox teleports in. A little early for the dragon, though. They're going to want to push something down while they have him here. Maybe trade mid lane and then go dragon. No, Aatrox is going to walk all the way back top lane. SMSU, they're going to be at a disadvantage down at this dragon fight if the Tom comes. Tom does have teleport available, so he can actually go top here. This is really bad for SMSU positioning-wise. They're going to need to find a big play in order to make up for this. There's the Rift Herald going mid. Aatrox realizes Maokai did not come top, or Tom did not come top. SMSU gonna rotate their mid and top lane down now. Tom's been sitting in base for a while, not sure what he was doing there. As SMSU get gifted a dragon. Really not sure what the strategy behind the Tom sitting in base there was. Was he just waiting for a good teleport location? Either way, he should have really been top lane. Not much going on the map right now. SMSU looking for a lane gank here, and they might find the Vayne. Walks almost into it. The Forest ult misses, though. SMSU, they don't get anything for it. A little unfortunate that SMSU aren't able to find more from that situation. I'd like to see Pajamas picking up some percent health damage via items, maybe even Bork here. It's not necessarily a traditional item on Aatrox, but he's really suffering from the tankiness coming out from Tom here. And here comes Brand into the top wave, and Annie doing a lot of damage to Akshan. Aatrox is going to live. SMSU have Olaf coming up to try to cover this. And we're going to see the top lane recalling. So a pretty heavy reset coming out from most players here. There hasn't been a ton of action, only 7 kills so far in this 20-minute game. SMSU has a little bit of a CS lead in the bottom lane, but that is negated by the fact that Vayne has 2 kills. They're almost dead even in gold. Mid lane, SMSU up 100. A lot of that gold lead coming from this top lane. But it is not really materializing itself in any advantage. Tom Kench does take a lot of damage from that trade. It looks like the Aatrox is starting to get the items necessary to bully this lane. Jam is going to get thrown into turret here. And there's a huge trade onto the Tom. SMSU maybe going to look to dive this with the Olaf. They're going to go for the turret instead. Tom's going to ult out. And SMSU, they do get an advantage in that top lane turret. 1 minute on the next dragon. Ocean Dragon here. SMSU getting a back off with both their top laner and jungle, and they're both walking to the bottom side of this map. I think we're going to see a big dragon play coming out from SMSU. They drop Tibbers onto the Akshan here. Does a lot of damage, trying to push him out. Just running at him with that Tibbers, doing more and more damage. And SMSU, I think they're going to try to force this dragon now, with Akshan being low. Here comes the Akshan ult, however. Keeps Annie as low as he is. And the dragon spawns in 6 seconds here. SMSU's mid laner going to go ahead and go for a recall. Does have teleport up, same with the Akshan. But SMSU has positional advantage on this dragon. They're going to go ahead and start it up. I believe this should go over for free here. SMSU taking the lead in objectives. Aatrox going to go ahead and teleport top. Does see Brand on that ward, so should be aware. As possible, there's a +1 here. He does go in anyway and gets stunned here. He's probably going to drop to this Brand. A lot of damage coming out. And the informational misplay, maybe able to turn it, not quite. Big mistake there. Should have understood that Brand was right there. He just cleared the ward. There is both summoners coming out from Vayne. And SMSU maybe going to go for it more. Maokai goes for the CC though, and here comes Vayne going aggressive onto Varus. Kralik now taking the damage. Gonna go ahead and hook himself out. No flash available. Well, does have flash available, doesn't use it. Here comes the Vayne ult. The Olaf ult, trying to track down the Vayne. Is gonna get the kill, but gonna get traded here likely. But the anti-Tibbers comes out. There's a lot of damage. Akshan gets a kill, and SMSU, they lose the fight massively as they dive way too deep. They just leave their AD carry to die. 4 for 1. It's SMSU, they see red and don't think of the strategical impact. And a lot of that stems from that death in top lane. Tom would not have been able to TP in. But a much, much too aggressive play from SMSU. And they give up their 1,000 gold lead, and now it's 2,000 the other way. Brand doing jungle extremely fast. SMSU resetting to default lane assignments. SMSU aware there's a couple people in river here. Tom taking a lot of damage from this Aatrox, but as we've seen, he does dish out a lot back. SMSU losing a lot of their vision control here. Olaf steals away the blue buff. Forrest going to go ahead and recall. SMSU will be down a player here. Not fully resetting for SMSU. 1 minute on the next dragon. Baron is available. SMSU looking to maybe split push the top lane now. Brand is behind SMSU, and SMSU, they find him with a Forest, but that Brando does a lot of damage here. And now Guy fails under trouble, and Olaf is low as well. SMSU get picked off. They get surrounded. They're not ready for the fight, and SMSU lose 3. And that's going to be Dragon going over. SMSU, they at least trade the mid lane turret for that. Aatrox realizing that there's a lot of people collapsing on his position here.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
SMSU thought they had the trap set in the last fight, but the trap was set for them, unfortunately. Tom ulting out here. SMSU unable to catch him, and now Krillic maybe caught by Brand. Does get out on the Nautilus. Going in and healing up with those plants. We're still at a relatively even game. Still not much going on the map here. Ooh, Vayne, gonna find the engage on a Guy of Fail. Guy of Fail has to this is Akshan actually. Forrest trades back a lot of damage, but here comes the ult, and it does take him out. A little bit of a late teleport here from Annie. Gonna go ahead and go for the trade. Does get the trade. Brand now collapsing though. And he's gonna have to get out. I don't know. Oh, they do let Annie go. SMSU taking away the blue buff again. Trying to put pressure on that brand. But everybody's so farmed up. 31 minutes into the game, 18 kills. Here comes SMSU 4 getting top. There's Tom ulting out. All comes through a Nautilus, but he's too far away. And here comes the rotation from York. And I think they are going to catch 2 players of SMSU. No, they all kind of back out here.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
SMSU do finally get that bottom turret with Annie. Brand is able to secure the drag, but SMSU, they're looking for the team fight. There comes the Zonias out from Brand. SMSU trying to pop some kills here. Forrest taken pretty low. Is onto the Brand, does get the kill and survives. SMSU trying to track down some kills here. Olaf taken so low, but Aatrox gets in on the Akshan. Akshan taken low here. And SMSU pick up 2 for 2 and the Dragon. And here comes more SMSU. They're looking even deeper, but there comes Tom able to save the Maokai. So a 2 for 2 SMSU lose the Dragon though. And this is starting to get really late in the game. This is where champions like Brand, like Vayne, they do so much damage as the game goes on. SMSU looking to get vision control over the Baron area now, maybe. Send Annie into bot lane. Have her put pressure on some turrets. Does have TP available. SMSU may be looking for a fight around mid here. Annie is collapsing. Neither top laner has teleport. SMSU, oh, thought they might find that Maokai face checking. Oh, SMSU find a little bit of an engage. Annie drops a big ult onto, does delete the Brand, and SMSU, they're losing the fight though. This Vayne's doing a lot of damage, but no, the Vayne's getting engaged on. The Tom eats her for now. SMSU chunking a lot of damage, trying to finish off this Vayne. But the Vayne disengages. She is able to reset. SMSU, they lose the fight. As now Vayne is going to be able to get onto the Aatrox. And SMSU get aced. It looked good. It looked like they had the Vayne, but the peel is there. And SMSU gonna be down Baron here. Be down about 5,000 gold. And Dragon is up in 1 minute. Varus trying to establish some board control here. Akshan is behind him here. SMSU may be looking for a fight while Tom's not here. Tom is still split pushing that top wave with Baron buff. SMSU do secure the dragon. Akshan able to get out, and he's going to go ahead and teleport for the Tom, but Tom does get 2 turrets. There was missing a little bit there. SMSU setting up a little trap here. Are they going to find the brand? They don't get the CC right away, and he gets his Zonias off. SMSU blunder a potentially really good engage, but Aatrox, he finds a little piece of it. Forest gets a lot of poke. Vayne doing a lot, or Akshan doing a lot of damage here. SMSU trying to finish him off. And that is 2 for 1. SMSU, they lose the fight, but the fight's not quite done yet, is it? Oh, and York is able to back off, taking their 2 for 1. A little bit better engage, and SMSU would have looked to be in a great spot there. Oh, Annie is going to face check here, and Annie is going to get dropped. Unfortunate for SMSU, they were waiting for that. And SMSU, they're going to have to give up more and more space. Brand deciding to back here, though. Not sure what that was about. Not a lot going on the map again. Dragging up in a minute 30 here. Kind of fight going on in the top lane. Tom is just so tanky here. And here comes the rotation up for Aatrox. And Aatrox is going to drop. SMSU not set up for anything on the map. And here comes Baron the second time. But SMSU, they're going to trade Soul Point for it, looks like. Or attempt to, but they're still down Aatrox. This is looking bad for SMSU. They got to get this done quickly and get out. They get it done. Now they need to disengage. Oh, they actually don't run for the fight. They're going to go for the mid turret. SMSU going to just be able to recall out here. 12 seconds on Aatrox. SMSU should be very aware of this potential trap. And he's gonna go ahead, and she does get caught by the stun from Brand. A lot of damage coming out, but Zhonya's utilized here and able to stay alive. Now Olaf trying to run down the Vayne, but the Vayne does so much damage. Summoners used, ultimates used on both sides, but no deaths. Brand gets caught. As we hit a pretty late game scenario here. 44 minutes in. This has been a long League of Legends game. I think it's going to come down to a late game fight here. Can SMSU find the pick on Akshan here? No. Not able to. SMSU lose a tower in bot lane, but it looks like they're going to go for the fight. They finally engage on the Maokai. Maokai starting to take it pretty low, but Devoted gets caught by the Vayne. Vayne doing a lot of damage, but Vayne taking a lot of damage as well. SMSU have to disengage, unfortunately, and they're losing their mid turret. Oh, they're losing a lot for this, and they can't get out. SMSU getting chased down here. Vayne doing a lot of damage. SMSU in a bad spot, and I don't know what they can do about this. They're losing everything. They lose the engage at bottom. They lose the tower's top. And now they're on to their next restart. And the Varisk is taken very low. Oh, this is going to be game here. SMSU, they don't have anything to fight back in game one. Nothing left in the barrel, and they lose game one here. We will be back shortly with game number 2. And welcome back to game number 2. SMSU versus York College. And SMSU changing up their draft very differently. No characters that were in the previous game. Maokai being the only character from either team in this game. We'll see if the change-up helps SMSU bring it to a 1-1 and bring this to game number 3. Looks like both teams opting for a very passive setup at the beginning.
Minions have spawned.
I think the lane matchup that might be the most interesting this game is going to be this mid lane. Oh, Krillic walking very close to Maokai. Maokai uses his Q there. A little bit of punishment, but Krillic really doesn't take too much damage for that. Pajama's playing the Gnar into the Poppy here. Be an interesting lane matchup. SMSU hit 2 first in the bottom lane. They shove York in here. Gnar at full rage, going to force the engage here. Going for a large trade. Goes about even. Way, can't swing the channel there. Pretty even start for both teams right now. The CS in top is looking a little funky. Both players focusing so much more on harass than on CS. Oh, a tower shot from Pajamas goes way too deep. Has to blow flash right after. Not much happening on the map so far this game. Very even in gold here. And here comes the first gank. Udyr going to come into this top lane. Pajamas does not have flash. Does not get the bounce off of Udyr. That's going to spell death for Pajamas here. As that tower dive mistake coming back to bite SMSU. SMSU gonna maybe go ahead and start the dragon. This is a little risky though. Hot lane is here. SMSU, they don't have their mid laner. Nefari is walking down. Does get a ward on it. Way is gonna get here in time, looks like. I think SMSU will be able to get it, but a little sketchy. Olaf is going to look at maybe another gank top lane here. Most likely more waiting for that. Oh! Way gets engaged on. Does live though. Gnar gets some information on where Udyr is. Gnar being very aggressive here. Udyr is behind him. Nefari now walking down as well. Looks like York really wants to secure these Void Grubs. And that is Void Grubs going over to York here. SMSU spot lane, get it back in the meantime. Ooh, they get a root onto the Maokai here. But Rel not quite in range. Hui getting dove here, but Hui doing a lot of damage, living with 1 HP, guts a kill! Gets the double kill! What a crazy play from Hui, living with 1 HP! Gets the double kill, very nice play there. Now, Gnar knocking Poppy into turret, but Poppy has to go flash. A very nice play from Hui there. Gets a very nice lead. Prevents himself from dying to that dive. Gnar freezing this lane a little bit. Poppy goes for the recall. Now he's going to decide to push it out. Probably go for a recall himself here. Udyr does scuttle. Nefari looking for an engage again. Not able to get it. SMSU gets some information on where the Udyr is. And there's the Nefari going in again, but Devoted doing decent damage. Not quite able to land the combo. Things settled down a little bit here. Pajamas looking to go for a trade here. Engage onto Jinx. Jinx flashes, gets exhausted. Now using the ult, trying to get moving here, but the damage just a little too high. SMSU don't quite have it. And now Krellick is gonna fall here as well, I believe. Maybe not. Udyr going for a gang of the top lane. SMSU do see it coming here. It will stay alive, but SMSU lose Jinx and lose both summoners in the bot lane there. Jamis interrupting that Udyr recall. And get some information that he is backing up here. Sees it the whole time. Well, Poppy gets some information on the Hecarim's location. But none of those camps are up. Hecarim wants to do Void Grubs on spawn here. Looks like the dragon for the Void Grubs trade is going to come out. Oh, almost a steal from Jinx there. Not quite, though. SMSU a little too afraid to finish clearing that ward. Hecarim stealing away the Raptors. Gonna go for a recall. Udyr is gonna get seen on these wards. SMSU, are they aware of it? They do get out in the bottom lane. Poppy going for an engage onto Pajamas here. Will SMSU be ready for this repeat gank in the bottom? Udyr actually going to start recalling. Oh, going to go ahead and stop. It's a big deal, this gank in bot lane. Poppy goes for the engage. Misses the engage a little bit here. Pajamas. It's a lot of damage. Gets the Mega Gnar transformation, and here's the gank in the bot lane, and Gaiafail going to get taken out. Krillic probably going to get taken out as well. This Maokai has been an issue for SMSU. He is finding big engages. Poppy does die in the top lane, but Nefari's there to trade it. SMSU lose 2 on the trade. Now weak side getting engaged on here. And going for the engage here. Does a lot of damage. Does get the kill on one. The exhaust dropped on the weak side. Way lands another strike. Nefari going on weak side here. Does get the kill and flashes out. SMSU trade 1 for 1. Gnar gets another Mega Gnar transformation, gets a stun into the wall. Maybe the kill here. Does not have the, oh, does have the damage, but is going to die to turret here. It looked a lot more guaranteed than that. Poppy stun comes through. Hecarim on Rift Herald here. Wait, getting seen. Nefari going for the engage, but the interrupt comes through. Nefari going for the engage again. Wait, doing decent damage back. And SMSU do get that Rift Herald. Udyr in the top lane. Narg does get the jump and the knock away. He's going to be fine here. And SMSU going ahead and starting the dragon again. They're really trying to take objectives this game. Pajama's fighting Poppy in the top lane. But the real fight is going to be down on dragon. SMSU, they get the dragon, but will they win the fight? A lot of damage coming out here. Jinx doing a lot as well, though. SMSU not quite enough damage. Not quite enough to finish off any kills. Jinx is going to get taken out as well. SMSU lose 4. They do get the dragon, but not worth.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Jinx was really trying to find a reset, but not quite enough damage. The engage coming on to Jinx again. This time maybe going to be able to kite it out. Does get the excited. Doing some damage here. SMSU trying to finish off this Maokai, but SMSU, they greeted a little bit and went for the Nefari. Now I don't think they have the damage. Nefari going for the engage back, and SMSU, they're going to lose the fight actually. Well, it looked like a one fight. SMSU Greed trying to get both kills. And Nefari, very big now. 6-1. little bit of a standstill here. Looks like the engage gonna come mid. No. Way able to stop it. Mega Narc comes out. Doing some damage to Poppy here. Does get the stun against wall. Both of them get it. There is a teleport coming into the top lane and a missed Rift Herald play. Weak Side Ottoman in a bad spot now. Has to blow the ghost. And Rift Herald's gonna get nothing done. SMSU might not be aware that the bot lane has rotated up here from York. Pajama's getting engaged on by the Nefari. Fighting back a little bit, but here's Baron getting started. A lot of damage coming around. SMSU do get a turret. Hue trying to poke here, but Baron's still half health. Nar going for the recall. SMSU going for the engage, a hard engage. But why? They don't have players there. Here comes Hecarim trying to do some damage. Hue does get some kills here. Oh, he's going to find two more. Hue goes huge. Hue with a triple kill. Pajamas cleaning up the last kill on Poppy. Not quite able to, but Jinx this whole time has been pushing. It picks up 2 turrets, a lot of gold given over to SMSU, and a botched Baron attempt. Going for it right at 20 minutes. And I think SMSU even had more time. They could have waited for the Gnar to be in, but ended up working out pretty well for them regardless. They're going to go ahead and start the dragon as well. Get their 3rd dragon going here. SMSU is still down gold, but that did a lot to catch SMSU up. Most of that gold coming from the AD carry matchup. Gnar is ahead by quite a bit here as well. Jinx does finish the Infinity Edge here. Very big deal for getting her scaled to the point where she's a teamfight menace. Even though no kills on the Jinx, won't matter if she's able to get enough farm here. And SMSU going for an engage onto the Poppy. Looks like it should be successful here. 3 versus 1. Poppy gonna ult 1 away. Doesn't matter. Jinx rotated up to the mid lane. SMSU maybe looking at this top lane turret. They have the waves pushed in. Should really just be hitting this turret. This is free. Gnar gonna go there and start hitting it. Nefari is on their bot lane turret, so they should trade here. Not necessarily ideal for SMSU. And here comes the engage onto Hue. Hue taking pretty low here. Does he have Zonias or something? But the Jinx all comes out, gets the kill. SMSU trying to finish off kills now. Damage onto the Xayah. Xayah recalls, snares up the Jinx. Jinx doing a lot of damage to Maokai though. Maokai taking pretty low. But Jinx has to back off from the turret, and weak side Ottoman taken very low. Nefari teleporting into this fight. Teleport's ensnared though from the Gnar. And Hui, and a little bit of a reset coming out here. SMSU getting one. And I don't think anyone died back. Way finishing some items here. Horizon Focus, Seraph's Brace, Shadow Flame. Mafari with the Profane Hydra. Jinx really wants to finish one more item here. That kill does help a lot in catching her up. Only down about 1900 gold now. SMSU landed a poke on the Maokai. Way coming top here, clearing the wave. Lafari looking for the engage on the Gnar. Is gonna find it. Gnar trying to kite this out. Has to flash. 3 coming bottom. SMSU. What are they gonna do in response? They're gonna go for a kill on the Poppy. Poppy able to walk forward and dodge. And SMSU, they lose their attempt at Baron. Nefari still bottom here and goes back onto Pajamas. Pajamas does disengage. SMSU going for the engagement mid. They find an engagement a little bit onto Xayah, but Xayah kiting it out. Now Pajamas getting engaged on by 2 in bottom. Does get the ult. Does he get the Nefari? Does get a Nefari kill. Maybe he's gonna get 2. No, not quite. SMSU on the other side. Maybe looking for an engage here. Should be a +1 scenario. But it's a choke point. Gaiafail doing a lot of damage, but not able to finish off any kills. SMSU lose 2 for 1. But will they be able to take the dragon from this? They have 3 healthy characters here. Gaiafail gets a nice ward there, spotting the Maokai. Poppy does not have teleport. Udyr over the wall. SMSU, they do get the Chemtech Drake. That is Soul. And that is damage and damage resistance when below certain 50% health. As well as each of these individual ones. Which I forget what they give. SMSU maybe going to start trying to group up here around Baron. Looks like York believes that will be the next objective as they get ready around it as well. SMSU just trying to clear out some vision here. Pajamas looking for a little bit of an engage. Finds a mini engage on a Maokai. Maokai ult comes across SMSU. SMSU doing a lot of damage here. Jinx in the back line, trying to stay alive as Nefari blows up Hui. Now has to disengage out, trying to do some damage, but they're just constantly being threatened here. SMSU down 3 players, but they find the kill. And now trying to find the engage on a Poppy, but unable to. A 3 for 2. SMSU lose 1. And SMSU going for a reset here. A Baron getting started up here on the other side. SMSU, are they aware of it? Udyr maybe giving it away by the way he walked. It's being taken down to half, though. I think this is going to be Baron going over to York. SMSU not going to get there in time. Not much going on right now. Actually, SMSU may be looking for something mid. I'm just finding some wards to clear. Oh, Nefari finding an engage onto Hui. Hui taken low. Hui popped here. SMSU trying to find the engage there, but not quite able to. The recall gets finished. SMSU getting pushed in pretty hard here. SMSU, they do get vision there with the plant. Minute 33 on Elder here. Minute 05 before Elder spawns. Poppy coming top to deal with Gnar. Gnar does have a level advantage here. But neither of them doing a lot of damage to each other. Jinx maybe going to get flanked here. Xayah is behind her with Maokai. Jinx trying to group with the team. Jinx runs into Maokai. Trying to deal damage here. Doesn't know where. Here comes the engage. SMSU have to be ready for this. A lot of damage onto the deer here. Jinx just trying to kite it out. Nefari doing a lot. Jinx looking for a reset. Finds the reset. Gets two. Very nice fight from SMSU. There comes the Maokai. SMSU, they find the kill on Maokai there. And they find the kill on Poppy, hopefully. Really low fight. There we go. And ace comes out from SMSU, losing only one. Elder is up. Likely going to be going for that. And then looking to push. Maybe going to push first. And Elder Drake over to SMSU. They're recalling after, I think. If you're going to recall, you should recall before here. You wanted as much time on the map with that Elder Dragon buff active. It does so much damage here. SMSU really want to force a fight. About a quarter gone before they start the push. SMSU find a little bit of poke, and look at that damage that poke does when you have the Elder Dragon buff. SMSU poking at this turret, able to get a lot of damage dealt. Nefari is sitting on this side here. SMSU got to be aware of that. SMSU do a lot of damage. Not quite able to get the kill though. Nefari still on the side. SMSU gonna walk in and take the inhibitor here. And the Elder Drake buff about 3/4 gone. SMSU gonna back off, go to Baron. Nefari looking for a pick on the Devoted. Devoted finds the interrupt. Does a lot of damage back. Nefari very, very low. But does live. SMSU should get the Baron though. And now Elder up again in 3 minutes 35 seconds. I believe that is the end of the Elder buff. Now they only have Baron. He's trying to farm up a little bit more, finish that last item. And the gold difference has been neutralized in the AD carry roll. SMSU, can they find a pick on the Poppy as she shows here on wave? SMSU are going to go for it here. Able to get the snare onto Poppy. This should be a free kill on Poppy. Very nice for SMSU. Very big for their pushing power here. One less person to deal with. Nefari going to continue pushing this top lane, while SMSU are working on the bottom turret here. Pick the turret up pretty quickly. Nard doesn't get the interrupt there. So it's a 4 versus 4 here. Nard does have TP. SMSU deciding to back out. Gonna walk across the map here. Hecarim might get engaged on Nefari. Looks for the engage. They're going for this. SMSU able to disengage, but a lot of damage dealt to SMSU there. And Maokai engage onto Jinx. Jinx has to blow flash, has to try to get out of here, but no! Taking a ton of damage, gets taken out! The TP coming through, but SMSU, they're already wiped out! SMSU with a bad team fight engage. Is that going to be game on the other side? 40 seconds before SMSU respawns. Hecarim has to try to cut this wave. Gets most of it. Will they be able to protect those minions and keep the back door protection down? They're on to SMSU's turrets here. And there's the TP onto the minion. They're backing out though. SMSU buys themselves one more fight. But this time they have no summoners available on their AD carry. And 30 seconds for this Elder Dragon. I think this is going to be the game deciding objective. Both teams setting up around here. SMSU trying to set a trap here. All depends if SMSU can frontline. Ujier running in, doing a lot of damage, but Jinx is on, doing a lot, Devoted, but Jinx gets popped, Devoted gets popped, SMSU, no, it looks like they're gonna lose the fight. And SMSU, I think they had the chance to win the game. They throw a fight, and unfortunately, that is going to be it for SMSU this season. They lose 2-0 in Nationals in the quarterfinals. They put up a good showing, though, this semester. As SMSU season comes to a close, we thank you guys for tuning in. Tune in for Overwatch tomorrow. And have a good night.